Hey, welcome back to the Big Ranch Show. As always, thank you for joining me. If you could, hit the subscribe button down below. Hit that little bell as well, or you won't get any notifications here at the Big Ranch Show. And let's get right to it. Now, yesterday something took place. I'm glad it was remedied very quickly, within the day anyway. It took place down in Jacksonville, Florida. A friend of mine on Facebook posted this, and I didn't see it until this morning. But I wanted to touch on the subject in general. But what happened at this place called Jaguar Power Sports down in Jacksonville, Florida? They're a motorcycle shop. They sell motorcycles and such and things like that. And a city employee actually came in from like code enforcement or whatever and told them they had to take the flags of the military down. They had the flags of the different branches of the military up on the top of their store. And they told them they need to come take it. They need to take them down, or they were going to be fined for having the flags of the military flying. Now, I don't understand. I don't know what kind of rules there could have been to prevent a company from flying the flags of our military. But if you ask me, this is just, it's totally disrespectful to the military. Totally disrespectful to the people that work there at the shop trying to show respect to our military. And I am very glad it was remedied very quickly. The mayor said that the flags are allowed to stay. There will be no fines. And they're trying to rectify it between the company and the mayor. And other people in the city, they're working to make sure this doesn't happen to another business that wants to fly the flags of the military across the city. Now, since it was remedied, there's not much to talk about here. The one thing though that there is to talk about this particular incident is the disrespect shown by the city employee to a veteran of our United States military. There was a veteran who had served in the Iraq War who was at this location, who apparently was shot, while serving his country. Shot 3 times from what I've read. And the man basically said, that he was having a problem with them trying to make these people remove the military flags from their building. And the lady basically responded that his service didn't matter. And that his service did nothing for this country. And that is the most disgraceful thing I think I have ever heard someone say. These people, our military, go out there every single day, risk their lives every day, especially the ones that are in war zones, go out there every single day and get shot at for our country. Have a little respect. That's really all I have to say about it. If you have a problem with some of the things our government has sent our military to do, I understand that. I understand that you would if you object to certain things we have done. But to show utter and complete contempt for people that are in our military or who have served our military is just utterly wrong. If you ask me, it's just disgusting. Now, to the greater issue here. If a company wants to fly the flags of our branches of the military, or even just one flag from one branch of the military because they happen to serve in it before they open their business or during or whatever, or if they just want to fly a flag to support somebody that's served, they should be allowed to do so. I don't care what state, what city, I don't care. If they're the United States of America, they should be able to fly their American flag. They should be able to fly their state flag if they want. They should be able to fly the flags of the military. This is America. We are supposed to be free. Free to do as we wish as long as we're not harming somebody else. And to even think somebody would tell somebody to remove the flags of our military from their building is just disgraceful. It's disgusting. I've seen things where homeowners associations have told people not to fly American flags because you might offend somebody. Well, I don't care. This is America. You're not free. You're free to do a lot of things, but you're not free to not be offended. There's no freedom from offense in this country. Check the Constitution. Check the Bill of Rights. Nowhere does it state that thou shalt not be offended. It's also not in your, it's not in your Ten Commandments. It's not in your Bible. It's nowhere does it say in any text that you should not, that you have the right to not be offended. But you should not, under any circumstance, go after businesses for supporting our military. And if I remember correctly, Jacksonville has a military base. So why anybody would even consider going after a business flying a military flag or an American flag is beyond me. It shouldn't happen in any city, much less a city that has a U.S. military base in it. That U.S. military base is the reason you exist most of the time. A lot of times, they keep your economy going because of all the people that work there, and all our troops that are there. And you want to sit there and insult them and tell people they can't support them? Now, I have a lot of respect for this. Apparently, the ownership and this veteran, because neither one of them said they want the lady fired. They said they want things changed. They want changes to be made to where this doesn't happen to another company. But even the veteran said they don't want the person fired. I think that takes a lot of respect. Or it takes a lot of balls to sit there and say, yes, this person did something wrong, but I'm not gonna demand they lose their job. People make mistakes, and just because they make mistakes doesn't mean they should lose their job over that mistake. I understand this was a very egregious mistake. It was terrible, but the lady shouldn't lose her job. It's kind of like CNN and the video that came out over the weekend about an incident in Philadelphia at a Starbucks, and apparently that manager has been let go from the company. I didn't think she should have been fired necessarily. I think there should have been a reprimand, but I don't think she should have lost her job. Just like this one, I don't think the person should lose their job for making obviously a clear mistake. But the business Jaguar Power Sports down there, they received a letter from the mayor last night that stated that they would be allowed to fly their flags. There would be no repercussions for them flying their flags, and if they want to work, like I said, to prevent others from having this problem. And so I think that's a really good bit of stuff going on there. I think that's a lot of good that is coming of that. And so I've been trying to find the actual letter, but apparently it is not up yet. But I'm glad to see that they solved this problem, that the mayor said, hey, we were wrong, and we want to make it right, and there's no problem with you flying your military flags. And there shouldn't be any problem flying your military flag anywhere in this country. I don't care where you live. I don't care if you live in Detroit. Don't care if you live in Houston. Don't care if you live in Los Angeles. I don't care if you live in South Carolina. If you want to fly the American flag, you should be able to. If you want to fly flags from the branches of our military, you should be able to. Plain and simple. If that's what you want to do, if it's your business and you want to fly a flag on it, then dang sure you should be allowed to. And if you want to show support to our military, then damn it, you should be allowed to do so. There should be nothing preventing you from supporting our military. There should be no law or regulation to prevent that. It's just totally disgusting to me. I cannot believe somebody would do this. If there would ever even be a consideration that this would happen. It's disgusting. How do you do that? And then how does someone tell somebody that their service didn't matter, that their service doesn't matter, when you're talking about demanding the military flags be removed from a business? Anyhow, at the end of the day, it was resolved real quickly, so I have no problems with the city of Jacksonville. They solved the problem really quickly. I am very much saddened that this took place especially in a town with a military, that serves that our military has a military base in. But at the same time, some people don't get the memo, and some people just aren't very smart. Sometimes they see a regulation and they automatically want to say something, do something about it. And I don't know what this stemmed from. I don't know if maybe there was a phone call of somebody that was offended by the flags being up, or offended that the flags were flown in a certain way. I have no clue. There's been no description of how this happened. Just that these people showed up demanding that they remove their flags. It should never happen in any city to any business or private property owner for that matter. So people quit being offended over every little thing you see. Quit being offended at the fact that people fly flags that may not suit the things you support. If at the end of the day, though, you got to show respect to our military. They've done their best to serve their country. Some that most people in America do not do. What is it? Some 1.5%, 2% maybe of the U.S. population actually serve, in our military. That's just disrespectful to sit there and tell the people that they don't matter. So to this lady, I don't have her name, or I would give it to you. I also don't want to put it out there and her get flamed all over the place, even if I had it at this point. But to the lady in Jacksonville, our military personnel service does matter. And if they say the flags flying at a place, that the flags flying there, and their military flags, that they're perfectly fine to be flying there, then you know what? Maybe they're perfectly fine to be flying there. Show some respect to our military. I hope you learn from this, and I hope this doesn't happen again to any other business in your city. To the mayor of Jacksonville, thank you for solving this problem very quickly for this business and for your city, and for showing support to the military personnel in your city and across the country. I have a lot of respect for the military. My brothers were both Marines. I've had family members that were in the military. I've had lots of friends that were in the military. I've had friends at college that went away to the military and did not come back. And so, to see people be disrespectful to our military makes me sick. As liberal as I may be, as much as I don't like the aspect of war, I do have the utmost respect for our military. I was not able to serve. I always wanted to. I always wanted to serve the military, but I physically was not going to be able to do that. So I have a lot of respect for anybody who's been out there and put their lives on the line for this country. And to the veteran that was told that your service doesn't matter, you be damn sure assured, sir, that your service mattered. Your service to this country mattered. I don't care what anyone says. Your service to this country mattered, and thank you for serving. If I had been given your name, I would gladly be letting people know who you are. So, to those watching, please support our military. If you can, donate to the good causes that are out there for our military, because our government sure as hell ain't taking care of them the way they need to be taken care of. And that's been going back for over 10 years now. And so we've got to do something. If if there's anything you can do to support our military, help them with their health care, help them with, help our homeless vets even, and to help our other veterans out there too. Because don't forget, our other veterans that have served in these wars, a lot of them have, PTSD and things like that, and they need your help as well. They may not be homeless, but they need your help as well. So, our military personnel out there, they do their best. They bust their ass every single day to ensure that our freedoms are protected. They are there every single day, and if for some reason we were to come under attack, they would be the first ones to go between us and whatever foreign entity may be trying to attack us. Just think of that for a minute. Just think of that. Let that sink in. That these people, that these military personnel that this lady was insulting, these people put their lives between us and the bad people who would like to see us dead. Now, has this happened in a long time where a big government entity has tried to invade somebody or as attacked us? No, that hasn't happened since World War II. Now, we've had terrorist attacks, and there again, they went out there and they put themselves between us and the terrorist. That's what they do on a daily basis. They went to Afghanistan. They went to Iraq. Whether or not you supported it, they were there, and they helped. Reconstitute the Iraqi army after the invasion in 2003. Whether you supported the invasion or not, these men and women went and did their job, and they went and they fought terrorists again. They had to go back to fight ISIS. They went and they fought. So just remember that these military people are out there, and they are the only line between us, the populace of this nation, and the other people that may want to do us harm. So that's all I have for you today. Thanks to our military for serving. Everyone in our military, current or not, retired, whatever. Thank you for your service, and thank you for doing your duty the way you did. If you were injured or anything, I want to definitely send you my condolences and say, hey, I'm sorry that you had to endure what you've been through. I am definitely sorry that you had to go through any kind of pain or trauma in order to protect us here at home. But thank you. Thank you very much. And if you don't support our military, I guess to each their own, but don't expect me to change. I will always respect our military. They deserve our utmost respect. And y'all have a great day. This has been The Big Ranch Show. I've been your host, Jacob Keck, and I'll see you down the road.